there anyone here? All right, with that, we'll close the public hearing. We'll have our call to order with our invocation. One note and our pledge.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord of all nations, we gather as your people whom you have created and also whom you have redeemed through the precious blood of your Son. And so we would ask this night that you would guide our meeting, that you would bless our words, season them as with salt, and guide us so that in all things we may serve you and serve this great community. To this end we ask your blessings. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. We have all present, so that roll call is completed. We're going to start with some proclamations this morning. Is Eric here? Eric Burton with TUA?
I'm in place.
Okay, so we've got someone here for TUA. Well, it's Public Power Week, so I'm going to read this proclamation and we'll present it to TUA. It says, a proclamation recognizing Public Power Week, October 5 through 11, 2025. Whereas we, the citizens of Tullahoma, place high value on local control over community services and therefore have chosen to operate a community-owned, locally controlled, not-for-profit electric utility, and as consumers and owners of our electric utility have direct say in utility operation and policies, and whereas Tullahoma Utilities Authority provides our homes, businesses, and local government agencies with reliable, efficient, and cost-effective electricity, employing sound business practices designed to ensure the best possible service at not-for-profit rates, and whereas Tullahoma Utilities Authority is a valuable community asset that contributes substantially to the well-being of local citizens through energy efficiency, customer service, community support, economic development, safety awareness, and whereas Tullahoma Utilities Authority has also taken on additional stewardship for our community's information infrastructure through a broadband network delivering internet, cable, and telephone services, thereby expanding community and economic development opportunities. And whereas Tullahoma Utilities Authority is a dependable and trustworthy institution whose local operation provides many consumer protections and continues to make our community a better place in which to live and work, now therefore be it resolved that Tullahoma Utilities Authority will continue to work to low-cost, safe, and reliable electricity and broadband services to community homes and businesses just as it has since 1948, the year when the electric department was created to serve all citizens of Tullahoma. Be it further resolved that the week of October 5 through 11 be designated the 39th Annual Public Power Week in order to honor Tullahoma Utilities Authority for its contribution to the community and make its consumer owners, policymakers, and employees more aware of its contributions to their well-being and how it makes their lives powerful. And be it further resolved that our community joins hand with more than 2,000 other public power systems in the United States in this celebration of public power and recognition. The Tullahoma Utilities Authority is good for consumers, business, the community, and the nation. TUA will hold their Public Power Week celebration on Wednesday, October 1st from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. and welcome everyone to join the event. Yeah, congratulations. You want to say a few words on behalf of TUA?
On behalf of TUA, I want to thank the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for making this proclamation. This proclamation provides TUA an opportunity to continue to highlight how we best serve our community. A little background on the electric side of TUA. We purchase all of our power from TVA. It's supplied on 2 different points in our system, both on the north side and the south side. From there, TUA takes it and distributes it through 3 substations and across 12 feeders to our 11,500 customers. We work on innovation. It's a big deal for us. We have an automation scheme that is second to none for a utility of our size. In fact, we got to see it operate today with the storms come through. all while doing this with some of the lowest rates in the state of Tennessee, and that's important. On top of that, our staff is here to serve the community. When the lights are out, we are there. I think that sometimes is something that we take for granted. No matter the situation, our guys leave their families to go help make sure the power is on for everybody else. 4:30 today, no one went home. They're out there on Avoca Road right now working to clear up a tree for 250 customers that are out without power. This is public power. This is what we provide for the city of Tullahoma. And it is our honor and our privilege to be able to serve the city of Tullahoma in this capacity. So as was mentioned, we want to take the time on October 1st to invite the community out. From 11 to 1, we're going to take time to celebrate public power and would love for the community to come out and celebrate with us. We'll have some free food. Crazy Daisy's food truck will be there on site to provide lunch, drinks, ice cream, prizes as well. And we're also going to take some time to demonstrate what our team does for the city of Tullahoma. We're going to have some demonstrations of transformer change outs, cutout change replacements, as well as something that can sometimes be a sobering thing to see, but they're going to do some hurt man rescue drills. One of the things that they practice and hopefully never have to use is to have to go up and retrieve one of their fallen brethren. And so these are some of the demonstrations that we have set up for this day. So once again, we want to encourage everyone to come out and join us Wednesday, October 1st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next proclamation is for the General Federation of Women's Clubs, Centennial Women's Club of Tullahoma, and they are observing International Day of Service to End Domestic and Sexual Violence. So I'll read this proclamation. Whereas the General Federation of Women's Club is a 135-year-old international federation of women's clubs with more than 63,000 members and is dedicated to community improvement by enhancing the lives of others through volunteer service. And whereas domestic and sexual violence includes but is not limited to verbal, physical, emotional, mental, and sexual abuse, and whereas the GFWC focus areas are diverse and include campus sexual assault, child abuse, elder abuse, human trafficking, intimate partner violence, military sexual assault, teen dating violence, and violence against Native American women. And whereas the GFWC International Day of Service, September 27th, 2025, is a day in which all GFWC comes together in service to combat domestic and sexual violence. And whereas the GFWC Centennial Women's Club of Tullahoma is an active club member of the General Federation of Women's Clubs and is in Tullahoma. And whereas GFWC Centennial Women's Club of Tullahoma will distribute personal items to victims on September 27th, 2025, GFWC's International Day of Service. And whereas GFWC Centennial's Women's Club of Tullahoma has partnered with domestic and sexual violence organizations throughout Tullahoma and Coffee County to provide prevention, education, and intervention for domestic and sexual violence. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Lynn Seaburn, Mayor of the City of Tullahoma, Tennessee, on behalf of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, concurring therein, designates Saturday, September 20th, 2025, as GFWC International Day of Service to End Domestic and Sexual Violence in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Ladies, want to come up here? Looks like we got several.
I think you'll be good like that. All right. Ready? 1, 2. We get one more. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you.
You might say a word. You go ahead.
On behalf of the GFWC Centennial Women's Club of Tullahoma, I would like to thank you for this proclamation, and thank you to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for everything that you do for our city. I represent a club that has about 45 members here in Tullahoma in the area. We do a lot of work all through the year. Last year, we reported 51 projects to the state. We know that we raised well over $10,000 that all went back into our community. And we also recorded over 1,000 community just volunteer hours. So we are a service club and we work around the clock. We stay busy. Just this week alone, we will have some of our members at serving on tomorrow night at Come to the Table. Some of our members will be helping pack food bags Thursday morning for 5 Loaves for Kids. On Saturday, we are going to have a table at Oktoberfest and hand out some information about just how to reach out if you know someone who is a victim of domestic violence or sexual violence in the home. It's a big, big problem. And it was mentioned in the proclamation, we are preparing bags that we will be giving to some of the local shelters. When women leave these shelters, they many times leave with nothing. And so we hope to help them out. Inside each of those bags will be a little note of encouragement as well for their brave, just having the courage to do what they need to do to keep themselves and their children safe. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you. And then our third and last presentation here is a Fire Prevention Week proclamation. This year's theme is Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home. Whereas the Tullahoma Fire Department and the City of Tullahoma is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting our community, and whereas fire remains a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and the presence of lithium-ion batteries in many household devices introduces unique fire risks, and whereas most of the electronics used in homes daily, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, power tools, e-bikes, e-scooters, and toys, are powered by lithium-ion batteries, which if misused, damaged, or improperly charged can overheat, start a fire, or explode. And whereas the National Fire Protection Association reports an increase in battery-related fires, underscoring the need for public education on the safe use of lithium-ion batteries, and whereas residents should follow 3 key calls to action: buy only listed products, charge batteries safely, and recycle them responsibly to prevent battery-related fires. And whereas lithium-ion batteries store a large amount of energy in a small space, and improper use such as overcharging, using off-brand chargers without safety certification, or exposing batteries to damage can result in fire or explosion. And whereas the proper disposal and recycling of lithium-ion batteries help prevent environmental hazards and reduce fire risk in the home and community. And whereas Tullahoma first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of fires through prevention, safety education, and community outreach. And whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme, Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home, serves to remind us of the importance of using, charging, and recycling lithium-ion batteries safely to reduce the risk of fires in homes and communities. Therefore, I, Lynn Sebring, Mayor of the City of Tullahoma, do hereby proclaim October 5th through 11th, 2025 is Fire Prevention Week throughout Tullahoma. Looks like we got all kinds of visitors for that. Let's go. Good. You guys will say a word?
As you can see today, we have our fire pup with us. Fire pup's been around with us for, the last 20 years, 25 years. We've been in the fire pup program for probably the last 33 years now. The guy that was doing our fire pup program that would come in every year, he finally retired. He was with us from the day we started with it till this past year he retired. We're going to miss him and wish him well in his retirement. One of the things that we talk about this Fire Prevention Week, this is really our fire prevention months. We start in September, we go through November, we're doing school talks, we'll be out in the community making sure that we get our message across to people. Lithium-ion batteries are here to stay. So having some prevention and understanding how to use your lithium-ion battery will make it a more safer community for our community and for our fire department as we go out and take care of things. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll let Fire Pup get out of the room.
He had to hem his pants up. He had to hem his pants up.
All right, so our next item on the agenda is comments from the citizens, and we have only one person signed up right now, Destiny Holmes. If you would like to come forward and give your comments, we try to hold to about 3 minutes, if you would.
Is it okay if I bring these pictures up? Have them paper together.
That's fine. We'll just pass them out.
There's a petition in there.
Okay. Thank you.
So my name is Destiny Holmes. I am a stakeholder and the co-founder of the nonprofit organization Garden Youth Outreach, which stands for Goals Are Reachable During Educational Networking. I come before you today as a concerned resident, parent, and member of this community. I want to bring awareness and also talk to you about an issue that affects our children and community directly, the state of Jefferson Street Park. When we think about a park, we think about a safe, welcoming place where children can run, play, and grow. Unfortunately, our park does not reflect that vision. Instead, what we see are outdated play structures, uneven grounds, and equipment that is not only uninviting, but in some cases, unsafe. I ask each of you to reflect for a moment. Would you want your own children or grandchildren to play here? If this answer is no, then we as a community must acknowledge that our children deserve better. This park has been overlooked for far too long. While other parks in our city have had improvements and upgrades, our families and community deserve equal access to safe, engaging, and inclusive play spaces. Parks are not just for recreation. They are places where communities connect, where health and wellness are built, and where children's imaginations come alive. Our children deserve a safe, welcoming, and enjoyable space to play, grow, and thrive. As citizens, parents, and community members, we have patiently tolerated the state of Jefferson Street Park for years, but we can no longer do so in good conscience. It is time for action. We are not here simply to complain. We are here to ask for that action. We are asking the council to prioritize funding and planning for improvements to Jefferson Street Park. This can be achieved in phases, whether through new playground equipment, better landscaping, or even community-driven volunteer initiatives supported by the city. We have gathered signatures both online and on paper to demonstrate the broad community support behind this request. Investing in this park is an investment in our children, our families, and our city's future. Let's not allow another season to pass with our kids forced to play on inadequate grounds. Let's give them a space that reflects the pride we have in our community. Thank you for your time, your service, and consideration of this important issue.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes. Can I ask you one question? The online signatures, are those included in here as well?
I can get those to you.
You can email them to the city or whatever you'd like to.
Okay, can I get that email address afterwards?
You can send it to mayor@tullahoma.tn.gov, right? I have to think about it. mayor@tullahomatn.gov.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to make a public comment? All right, if not, we'll move on. Our next item is approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Let's get to second first.
Okay.
And we have so motion second. Mr. Tome, you're recognized.
Yeah, I'd like to add an item to the agenda. That would be an executive session. I understand we have some legal issues confronting us, and I understand, Mr. Mayor, you're responsible for setting a date for that, and I hope that can be done as soon as possible.
Okay. Does anyone have a preference on when they'd like to see that happen?
Tonight?
I can do tonight.
after this meeting and do it in, we could handle it as a agenda item, or else we could decide right here, however you want to do it.
If it's an executive session, I'd rather do it after.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what, no, I was saying is schedule it. I would suggest scheduling it tonight after this meeting and bumping the study session to the next time we meet.
I agree with that.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
we're not prepared tonight to have that
Okay.
executive session because there are several items we want to bring before the board.
All right.
So some other night would be.
We're prepared tonight.
Well,
Let's,
council's not prepared.
we could add the item to the agenda to be voted on.
I thought, Bobby, did you not second?
I did the first,
So what's this one?
just the approval, the agenda. This
Oh,
will
I'm
be for,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. So we have a second now. Sorry, Mr. Luke.
I was just going to say is, well, why don't we add, as Mr. Thomas suggested, add an agenda to tonight's item to discuss scheduling the executive session.
Okay.
The way I understand it, if the board votes unanimously to have a study session and schedules a time, we will have the study session at that time.
We're not talking about having a study session.
Not study session, sorry, executive session. We'd have too many sessions. An executive session. If the board votes to schedule an executive session properly to Robert's Rules of Order, then we would have an executive session as the board voted on by majority.
Yes.
And somebody could,
I think
the
that's
attorneys
correct.
could correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, so Robert's rules have been updated this year, and so now the way that the rules read, the board has to vote on having an executive session at a public meeting like this one, and a majority vote would carry. It doesn't specify about scheduling it, it just says that the board would vote on having an executive session.
But the board could set the schedule.
Was it the board of the mayor, as I was told?
The charter empowers the mayor to actually set the day and time for the study, for the executive session.
All right.
Well, hopefully we can do that with an.
We can have a
date and
conversation
time
about that.
and-
Yeah, we can set that. Yeah, so we need to vote on this motion to add it to the agenda. So let's vote. And that passes 7-0, and that'll be right after item number 9 on your business. So it'll be the 10th item. All right, any other discussion on the agenda? If not, let's vote. Carry 7 yes. Which brings us to reports from the Aldermen. Mr. Tom, would you like to start tonight?
Thank you, I appreciate it, Mr. Mayor. I have very few things to discuss. I guess a couple of them are follow-ups. One is, I understand that we have requested that the different, like Kroger shopping area and so forth, to address the paving issues and potholes. I've driven through there and it still looks like a minefield. Do we have any teeth in that, or how are we supposed to follow up, or what's the consideration on that?
So about this issue, we're in the process of working with our codes department to empower Mr. Mercado to be able to issue citations. Right now, the way that our ordinances read, he can only issue those to a private individual, so he can't issue those to a business. So we're working to bring you all an ordinance to pass to give him the power to be able to issue citations to those places so that maybe we can get their attention. It's my understanding as well that we've reached out to them, and that doesn't seem to be working very well yet. So we're going to try to take action, pass
Thank
the
you.
ordinance to do that.
I think we need to really beat that up.
So according to our ordinance, any property...
Hold on. This is reports from Aldermen, not debate. So
It's not a debate. It was
Mr.
a
Thomas,
question.
Mr. Thomas
I
still
yield
has
to
the
you
floor.
if you'd like to comment. Okay. But the other item that I'm kind of following up on, and I should have asked Butch, I do not have a current outline of the streets that are going to be paved. And the reason why I preface that, because there have been concerns again in me following up on the need for striping I tell you, coming from Kings Lane to Jackson Street with my 20/20 eyes, it's hard to determine where the turn lanes, where the stripes are down, whether you can pass or not pass. There are other areas in front of City Hall, for example, and I remember us discussing that back in January, and there was money appropriated for striping and for signaling, and I'd like to follow up. I know that we had discussed the Anderson Street, but we're getting it paved, so I understand that. But there's a safety issue in that, which means the possibility of the city being involved in a liability, especially if you don't know which way to turn and you're not from this town. So other than that, I'm finished.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'll yield part of my time to you next time for being interrupted.
I don't know if we're on the time schedule or not.
My question was, that I was going to ask the attorney, was the follow-up on that is, does our ordinance say we cannot issue citations to anybody that's not a private individual that owns property?
It doesn't word it like that, but it is only worded that he can issue them to individuals. So to be sure that he has the power to issue the citation, that the citation would actually need, we think that we need to pass an
We
ordinance.
can make
to
it
grant
broad enough then
That's
that
what we
would
want to
cover
do. Yeah.
all, because that could be a problem.
That's what we want to do. I think Mr. Ricardo is doing a great job. He feels like his hands are tied in some ways when it comes to this, so we want to make sure that he has the appropriate authority.
That would be good. Thank you. The other thing I just wanted to announce, several people have contacted me and asked how they could volunteer to be part of the 250th celebration planning team, and what they need to do is contact Lyle Russell at City Hall. And I talked to him about that earlier today, and he's excited to get your phone call. So that's all I have tonight.
Okay. In reference to the paving of all the, I've been told, and I could be wrong, maybe I just misheard, if the paving that needs to be done is next to a business, the business is the one that's required to do that. Is that right or wrong? In other words, if you have a road behind the mall out there, is the city required to do that, or the businesses, are they required to do that?
No, we're not required to pave any private property. If the road behind the mall is private property, that's the owner's responsibility.
That's what I was told.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I have. That's it.
I don't have anything to report, but I do have a copy of some more signatures for the petition for Jefferson Street Park that Mr. Cheney gave me to turn into.
Those all together. Ms. Wilson.
Thanks, Mayor. No report.
Mr. Byrd.
The Art in the Park event happened. It went incredibly well. We had many people coming to see the unveiling of the mural and all the rock-themed arts and crafts. Thank you again to Parks and Recreation, to Lyle, to the Arts Council, and especially Arts Council member Ginger DiVincenzo, who took the lead in organizing that event. The Arts Council will also be planning for their upcoming Arts Crawl on October 21st, so put that one in your calendar. I was able to attend the Patriots Day commemoration. It's always a very moving event and a reminder to be thankful to our first responders. And then the Beechcraft Museum's beach party will be happening October 9th through 11th, and that's always a fun event if you want to go see a bunch of very unique planes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For the mayor's report, I really don't have a report, so Mr. Quick.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to concur with comments on the 9/11. I want to thank the Tullahoma Fire Department for the dinner they had and for the recognitions that they provided to their firefighters. I really appreciate that. And as we've always talked about, Chief Pearson, acknowledging those that serve the community, and I think you did an outstanding job of that during that 9/11 dinner. And then the stair climb, another success. We had 50 to 60 participants who climbed those stairs, and I fully expect that to continue going and going. I know our mayor also did that. I ordered a pair of boots specifically to climb. They didn't come in time, so hopefully I'll have them ready for next year. Great things going on in the city of Tullahoma. The last 2 weeks have been very exciting. I was able to take a tour of the Schmid Corporation, which is located out near Normandy towards George Dickel. And it was so eye-opening to see all of the things that they're doing inside that facility and all of the corporations that they're doing work for. They do, their work is so articulate as far as the measurement that they can reach, as far as precision. It was just amazing, and I would say that any board member who would like to take a tour of that, I'm sure Brad Coffey would set that up. But it was just a very big eye opener, and I don't think that they're the only shop in town. I think there are others that do some incredible work for our defense community and for our state overall. Looking at investment, I was able to attend the groundbreaking for Tennessee Oncology Center, which occurred on Friday. They're going to have a 34,000 square foot facility for oncology, which is extremely needed in this community. I was able to have conversations with the CEO, Dr. Natalie Dixon, and she was explaining the regional reach, if you will, that our community will have and this center will have. And I thanked her for putting such a large investment in our community, and I told her that our city would definitely make sure that she has a strong return on investment. So good to see there. Coffee County Bank just talked about reinvesting in our community. They are going to be building a new branch across from where their current branch is. So I want to say thank you to Carter Stain. I believe that's about a $1.8 million investment into our community. A couple more things. The Viewpoint video shoot occurred last week. Congratulations to Lyle Russell for all that you did in coordinating that. It was truly remarkable. But also want to thank Dr. Michael Torrance with Motlow State Community College, John Osborne with Perican Engineering, and then Rosie Graham for being a part of that video. And it'll take about 6 to 8 weeks for editing. We're looking forward to getting that back and then being able to present that. But we heard an awful lot from the director, who has gone all over the country talking about how they've never seen a community like ours with the amount of talent that we have from a academic standpoint, but a social and an art standpoint. And for somebody who has been world traveled to make that comment was really something that we took great pride in. Update on roads. TDOT's consultant came back last week, looked at specifically North Jackson Street as it relates to the high school. How do we increase safety for students and pedestrians in that area? She has several improvement ideas. The good news, the bad news is they won't occur till 2028 at best. North Jackson is going to see repaving in 2028. They do not want the new improvements to come until the repaving occurs, so they could try to have all their crews there at one time. But that will be occurring in 2028. Another news of repaving from the viaduct all the way out to Rose Hill Cemetery going on Highway 55 towards Manchester is going to be repaved. It is on the 2026 schedule. I had that confirmed again today, so that's something for us to look forward to. We have other paving projects that have been completed or underway. Lyle has done an excellent job of promoting those on our Facebook page. So if you, for those listening, I hope you'll go out and take a look at that. Country Club and Kings Lane, that pole is finally gone. So we have a crews ready to start putting down the binder and then doing what needs to be done to make that a completed project. In working with our Public Works, it has been determined we're going to implement a three-way stop at that location. That is what's been recommended to us. Lyle's going to produce a video that kind of shows how that's going to work. So looking forward to that project being completed. Want to congratulate Pam Collins. She was our August Employee of the Month. For those of you who don't know Pam, she is up at the front desk. She's the one that waits on all of our citizens, and she's done an incredible job of supporting the city with different projects as it relates to billings and fines and fees. National Night Out is going to be on October 7th. That's for the Tullahoma Police Department. It will occur at Fraser McEwen. If you have not gone to that, I hope you will. We have so many people that turn out, so many from the community that turn out. We have food vendors there, there are games. It's just a great time for the community to come together. So I hope that you'll take the time to attend. And then we have a special guest here. Shanoa Brown is one of our employees in City Hall. She works with Pam. Her daughter and friend, wave real quick. They are here observing as part of a school project. They have to have so many hours to look at civic organizations and how they function. So I want to say thank you for coming, and I hope that you enjoy the meeting. That's it. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Unless there's any discussion there, let's vote. It's 7 yes. No unfinished business. That brings us to new business. Item number 3, ordinance number 1663, an ordinance to amend the zoning map of the City of Tullahoma, Tennessee, is set forth in the Tullahoma Municipal Code to rezone a parcel located at 300 South Jackson Street from high-density residential R3 to neighborhood commercial C3 zoning for passage on the first of 2 readings. We have a report on that?
Sure. This is the Harton House that at one time was a commercial venue, then converted back to residential. Now Access Title and Escrow, Jared Hood, that company's been an investor in our community for over 40 years. They are now taking the site over. They're looking to do a sizable renovation to that property, and we need to have that converted from residential to commercial C3.
Any questions on that? If not, let's vote on that. And that carries 7-0. Look forward to that. Our next item, resolution number 2036, a resolution to amend the FY26 operating budget for Tullahoma City Schools. Is there someone here from the schools to talk about that? Okay. I'm sorry.
I can talk about it.
Yes, please.
The school board met and they were able to adopt in their final numbers for the state aid, and then also they did make the change to add the school crossing guard budget into their budget. So those are the 2 major changes you're going to see, and then we're adopting that here by resolution, and we'll roll it up at the end of the year by an amended budget. Rereading too.
Thank you. Any questions on the school budget? Just a mid-year adjustment here. All right, now let's vote. And that carries 7-0. Excuse me. A request from Public Works to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the sewer service easement for DCC Strategic Realty Partners, LLC. Do we have a description of that?
Do y'all need a first and a second, or do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, we have. Sorry, I didn't say that.
What is that?
Do you have a first and
Yes.
Okay. All right. Basically, in our street cut program that we passed last year, the year before, obviously one of the things that we're looking to do is to keep these streets from getting cut. There's a development going on Cedar Lane. Unfortunately, this new paved portion of Cedar Lane does not give them access to bore under the road, which is what we've always required or requested they do. And so they have come to the city, and the city has really worked well with them to create an easement, and you'll see that on page 50, where the easement will go back and will connect over on North Collins Street. So basically, we're just trying to save any kind of cut to the road, run that easement back, and then they can connect to the sewer from that standpoint.
Is that apartment complex?
Yes.
Correct. And what this will do, this will keep them in the grass area. They won't have to cut any asphalt at all.
So they'll just be putting their line in that, kind of along that drainage ditch?
Correct.
They'll be at the top of the ditch, and this will prevent them from having to do a 7-foot cut on Cedar Lane. So all the way across, so correct. They'll be at the top of the ditch. They'll just request a 15-foot easement for...
I personally can't see any drawback to this. Is there anything that I'm not looking at?
No, sir. This is a great thing. This is keeping them in a grassy area and preventing any kind of asphalt cut.
I assume the easement is a result of it being city property?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, so we have to come to the board. The developer has to have approval.
But is there any long-term possibilities with the easement of affecting anything in regards to the city? Is there anything long-term? We give them an easement.
Yeah.
Does that prevent us from encroaching on that at some later date, or just the easement for the sewer line?
Just the easement for the sewer service, correct.
Okay.
So as long as we're not interfering with that sewer service. And it is in an area in between the Serenity House at the top of the bank, more on the code side. So this is actually a good thing, because the cut they'd have to do is all the way across Cedar Lane. It'd be 7 foot deep, and it'd probably be about 6 to 8 feet wide.
I guess my only concern is the utilization of that property.
Yes, I don't think...
And you don't foresee that?
No, sir, I don't see this blocking you anywhere at the top of the bank, because it's on the other side of the ditch.
And that's
where the parking lot ends, we're good.
Yeah, and it's a huge drainage ditch right there, too.
Correct.
It's not like,
Correct. And you're actually in an easement where you wouldn't want to encroach in the top of the bank from that ditch.
Any other questions about this one? I mean, you can always cut it in the future if you decide it's not workable, right? But don't start now. It's in future construction, maybe. All right. Let's go ahead and vote then. That passes 7-0. Our next item, 25-99, a request from the fire department to approve the purchase of a 2025 GMC 3500 Pro from Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC for $72,895.64. We have a report on, we have a motion and a second on that. Okay, we have a motion by Alderman McGee, second by Alderman Byrd.
This is a request from the fire department. It was part of the budget that was recently approved. This is to replace the 2010 Ford F-250 with a 25 GMC 3500. Basically what this truck does is it goes to the scene of a fire, especially a large structure fire, in which our air tanks need to be refilled, if you will. Very vital piece of equipment that's needed for the fire department. This is being purchased under state contract, so this is definitely best price that we're going to be able to get. Again, this was part of the budget that was approved recently by the board.
And just a quick statement. I sure am glad to see that something is bought locally. So
if I could comment to that, one of the things that I've worked with Officer Sons, the Chief Sons, and with Chief Pearson on is, can we buy locally? And if we are able to buy locally, that's what we're looking at first. There are times when it precludes us from buying, pricing and whatnot may preclude us from buying local, and that would be typically our new police cruisers, just because there's a dealer that just seems to have a corner on the market for a lot of that, and it's hard for the locals to compete with that. But if it's state contract, we have a local vendor that will abide by state contract, and then when we look to buy used vehicles, we look to buy local without a doubt, because the used vehicles are not on state contract.
Any other questions about that? If not, let's vote. That passes 7-0. Our next item, item 25-100, request from the Human Resources Department to approve the monthly subscription increase to the existing UKG HRIS contract and any future increase that may occur within the remaining 48 months at a monthly subscription fee not to exceed $4,000, and authorize the mayor to execute the same. So we have a motion and a second. I assume this is our HR software?
This is our HR software, and the way they price that is per employee. And so we're coming to you as our employee size may fluctuate from time to time. We're not anticipating a huge fluctuation, but in order for us to not come to you every time that we need another price increase, we're asking for a $4,000 per month cap on what that looks like. Right now we're at $21.44. Current price is $3,200. So I think we're going to be fine with that 3,200 number for quite a while. But we just need to make sure that we have that ceiling to increase that if need be. The implementation of the software has gone well. It has decreased an awful lot of paperwork, decreased an awful lot of time, and has definitely helped with our digitization effort that we're looking to do as far as keeping files on servers versus files in filing cabinets. So it's been outstanding, and I want to thank Lori Ashley, our Human Resource Officer, and Carrie Rourke, who is our HR representative, for all the outstanding work they've done in getting this implemented. Department heads have come back and have also said the same, that it has really lightened their workload.
Good. Any other discussion there? If not, let's vote. 7 yes. Our next item is a request number 25-101, a request from the Police Department to accept a grant for enforcement of Tennessee driving under the influence laws in the amount of $35,300 from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, and authorize mayor to sign the grant contract and related documents. So we have a motion and a second on that.
So this is a grant that we've received for approximately the last 8 years from the state of Tennessee. It's something that that we continue to bring before the board. It's a grant that is reimbursable to us. There is no match, so we'll get 100% reimbursement. Half of the $35,000 will go to supplies, telephones, and support resources. The other half goes to overtime salaries that the police officers will have as they look to enforce the DUI laws and make sure our roads are safe.
Any questions there? Always good when we don't have a match. Let's vote. That passes with 7 yes. And then the final item under new business, I'm sorry, no, it's not the final last one, next to last. Item number 25-102, request from Alderman Glick to request Samuel Luthi, Director of Planning and Development, to schedule a joint study session to include members of the CPDC Committee, Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and members of the Planning Commission within the next 30 days to review the recommendations and determine the next steps to be considered. The meeting to be held in the City of Tullahoma boardroom. So a motion second on that. Any discussion?
Yeah, and I assume this is based on the 2045 plan when it mentions the Plan Commission.
I don't.
The next 30 days they can determine the next steps in the consideration. What do we consider?
Go ahead.
It would be the 2045 plan if we can get it done in 2025. Otherwise, it will be the 2046 plan. But it is I'm just trying to get this process moving along to get a comprehensive plan, 20-year comprehensive plan approved. Of course, the last Board of Mayor and Aldermen voted down the proposed 2040 plan and put in place the Community Plan Development Committee to review these plans and to come up with a new one. The first step that they had to do was to revise the old 2011 plan and make it up to date enough so we could, as a city, and do what we needed to do. It modernized the plan enough to get through, and it was supposed to just be a stopgap plan till we could have a proper 20-year plan passed. And that was the second part of the CPD's task, was to work on the new 20-year plan. They spent, this committee spent over 2 years meeting hundreds of hours of meetings, and they used the proposed 2040 plan. They used the current plan at the time, 2011 plan, and then they used plans that they located throughout the state and the country to come up with the 2045 plan that they submitted to this board and the Planning Commission as they were charged earlier. So the next step in that process would be for the Planning Commission to look at it and to make a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Then we would, as the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, would adopt it or not adopt it, or whatever we chose to do at that time. It's been going on for quite some time. It was about a year ago, I think, or maybe a little more even, that the CPDC concluded their business and gave that plan to the Planning Commission and to us. And I brought this item forward because I didn't see any movement on it, and I'm just trying to bring it forward to get some movement going to get this done. I would like to get it done and approved or disapproved in a new direction for the city by the end of this year, so it could be the 2045 plan as it is now. So, and I've answered your question in a lot of words there.
Any other comment?
Thank you very much.
Any other comments? So I have one comment. You know, we did sit down on the Planning Commission last year with the CPDC board and went through that plan, and I don't think we should assume that we're going to only be considering that plan. I know myself and several members of the board had several questions about that plan. I think you have to assume that we're going to be maybe starting there, but there'll be adjustments to be made. I don't think it's going to be a rubber stamp process by any means, and I don't think it should be. But I'm glad to have this meeting. We need to get that done. I agree with that.
Yeah, I do have a Yeah, I don't think that that it'll be a rubber stamp process, but I think that it needs to be addressed, and I think the more that we can kind of chip away on it, if we don't start now, then it might never happen. So I think that it's good that we kind of say, let's all come together and whittle it down.
Yeah. All right, any other discussion on that? So this is merely a request to ask Mr. Luthi to try to get something scheduled this month.
This month, yeah, between the three groups. I think the CPDC should be involved just to answer any questions.
I'm sorry, not this month. Was it October? Within the 30 days.
Within 30 days, yeah.
Okay.
I guess the only question I would have, can we get some material? Is there anything, I think you said it hadn't even been published yet?
Yeah, it has, and it's available on the city website now, isn't it? Is the plan, all those plans are available on the city website now, I believe? If not, we can get them. It's a good request, yeah. Yes, sir, go ahead.
I'm not sure if the CPDC plan is available on the city website. However, I do have some, I guess, like a final round of revisions that I'm putting into that plan. So anything that you do already have or may have already printed off or gotten delivered to you or we may already looked at is not 100% the final product. I'm putting in some final changes for that. And I will have that ready. Probably this week I'll be sending out some emails to schedule the actual study session, and then at least a week, ideally 2 weeks before that session, I'll send out the plan so you all can read it before the meeting.
Yeah, so that would be ideal. Yeah, thank you. Any other discussion on that?
One last thing, I just want to say, I never assumed that it would be a rubber stamp process.
Yeah.
That's why we need to have a joint work session to work on it, and I think we could come up with something we all agree upon.
All right. All right, let's vote. Passes 7-0. Let's look forward to that schedule. And then the last item, we said we were going to have a discussion here about when to schedule an executive session to discuss legal issues. Does anyone have a preference on when that is? Our attorneys have, well, I guess the first question is, for me, is for the attorneys, when do you think you could be ready for that?
Well, I was suggesting next Monday night. I think that's the night when we don't have any other meetings, about the same time as theirs.
I was thinking the same thing. Is next Monday evening acceptable?
I can't be there.
Okay.
Will we possibly look at, though I know it's putting it off further than I would personally like to see, maybe at our next board meeting, either before or after?
We can do that as well. That's 3 weeks out.
Yeah, that's a little too long.
I think we don't have to just have one executive session. I think we need to, if possible, to have one tonight to begin discussions and to
so let me stop you there for just a moment.
I'm talking to kind of find some information out, and then if we need to schedule another executive session, then I think we could do so at that time, or else make a motion at our next meeting to schedule another one. But I think it's pretty important that we get together and talk as soon as possible.
You done?
Yes, I am now, yes.
So our attorneys have expressed that they are not ready this evening, and I will not be scheduling a meeting for this evening. So now, when would you be available, Mr. Glick?
I'll have to check my schedule and get back with you.
Okay, so we won't be making a decision tonight, it doesn't sound like. Does anybody have preferences?
I can be pretty flexible any day this week. I mean, I
Any
could
particular night everybody wants us to
possibly
stay
move
off
things
of?
around. Anybody else good for any time this week, day or evening?
Probably can't
I can do
tomorrow,
Thursday.
or
Tuesday or
I could probably do
Thursday?
Thursday.
You can't do Thursday?
I can do Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, as long as it's kind of in the evening, I would appreciate that.
But are you guys needing a week?
My schedule's very flexible, so I can meet any.
We'll, any night after night, we just weren't prepared tonight to do that because there was a study
Understood.
session. No, we didn't think it would be tonight.
Understood. All right. Is Thursday agreeable?
This Thursday?
5:30?
Sure.
All right, 5:30 where? In this room right here? Okay.
Ms. Hoskins won't be available that night, Mr. Mayor.
That's about the only night I can't do.
Oh, I'm
is
sorry, you can't
Thursday
do this
night. I'm
Thursday.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it, I mean, I think somebody said Tuesday, I could do it tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening, Friday evening.
Is everybody good with Tuesday,
We
tomorrow?
can't do Friday, so tomorrow or Wednesday.
You do have-
evening.
oh, that's
we could
right.
do either one of those.
Well, what time? It's probably going to be late.
Wednesday?
Wednesday's good.
I might be able to do it.
I can do it Wednesday.
Sure. Depending on what they do to me.
Are y'all good Wednesday?
We can do Wednesday. Wednesday's fine, but,
All right, let's set it for Wednesday at 5:30. That concludes our regular business in the board meeting, so that adjourns our regular meeting, and we'll go into our beer board meeting. We call the beer board meeting to order. Any public comments the public would like to express on a beer board issue? Yes, oh, it's on the beer board, so, sorry. You can talk to me afterwards. Unfinished business, there was none. The only item is our consent agenda for approving the minutes from the September 8th regular meeting. So if we can have a motion and a second on that. We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. That's 7 yes, and that concludes the beer board meetings. And so we're adjourned from the regular business. Now, do we still want to do the sign ordinance study session tonight, or would you gentlemen rather wait? Ladies?